Welcome to PiSeas Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, 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 welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome to PiSeas Tarot. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer. Over here at PiSeas Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, we about to get into somebody's business today. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to all of my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shift. Good evening to all of our international folks. Hello to all of my peoples who are watching behind the scenes this morning on TikTok. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. If you are new to the PiSeas Tarot experience, go ahead and put a star in the chat. And if you are a returning guest, go ahead and put a fish in the chat. We love to recognize our new and returning guests over here to PiSeas Tarot. So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome, 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 welcome. Today's agenda consists of a brief energy cleanse, which is a sound bowl and meditation breathwork exercise, followed by some divine insights, downloads, or earworms, an energy reading over this overall energy for this reading with the insights and observations, followed by the confirmation of everything that I told you with these tarot cards and closing thoughts. Okay, so with that being said, if y'all ready to get into this reading and y'all ready, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys are ready to get into this reading, I need you to find your scrub brushes, your brooms, your vacuums, whatever your favorite cleaning supplies are, because it is time for us to cleanse our energy, and it is time for us to get ready to ground ourselves and position ourselves to receiving, which is important. Because if you've been up all night working, dealing with folks, they getting on your nerves, they dropping stuff, stepping on your baby toe, baby, you're not in a position to receive just yet. If you've been, sleeping and getting ready for work, all of those things, whatever you are in life, whatever you've been doing, it's time for us to do our breath work and just center ourselves, okay? So find those energy. I like the little scrub daddy scrub brush. So put those scrub brushes in the chat. Put those scrub brushes in the chat. Your brooms, your vacuums, whatever your favorite cleaning supply is. So let's go ahead and get into this energy cleanse, shall we? Here we go. All right, so Nikki on YouTube says she's been up all night thinking, well, baby, we got to put that at ease, okay? So here we go, y'all. Before we move forward, okay, it's important that we take a minute to ground ourselves and to level set our energy. And the most simplest way of doing this is to do some quick, deep breaths, listen to the sound bowl cleanse. But first, we are going to inhale very slowly, invite clarity and balance. And then with each exhale, we're going to release any tension or distractions, okay? And the key is here for when you do this inhale is to hold it for about 3 or 4 seconds and then release it, okay? So you want to inhale and think positive thoughts, hold it, and then we're going to release negativity, okay? The opposite of what it is that we're trying to manifest, all right? So here we go. Yes, 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 yes. Now it's time for us to clear up any stagnant energy and help us reset our energy by bringing us into alignment with presence, okay? So here we go, y'all. Yes. What did I call her? We had Moo Moo. Now we got, what did I say? Boo Boo? What? I forgot the name of this bowl. But anyway, let me do it this way. Yes, Spirit, you are welcome here in this place, y'all. You are welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Divine White Light, we welcome you to come in and to just communicate with us and fellowship and be one with us. Show us clear and precise messages for those who are here and for those who will be watching in the future. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if y'all are ready to get into this reading, this is a time for honest and transparent, non-judgment conversation, okay? This is not a judgment place. Listen, honey, let me tell you something. One thing is for sure and two things for certain. I do recognize that sometimes the messages come out strong. However, I will never sugarcoat what Spirit is sharing with me, okay? So this is an honest, transparent conversation. It is time for us to be engaged and one with Spirit, okay? Listen, sugar. If y'all ready for this time, I need you to find those cooking emojis because it is definitely time for us to cook. It is time for us to cook. It is time for us to get into it. Most of all, your participation is appreciated, okay? So if y'all ready to get into this, hey to all of my boos, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's go ahead and get into this reading, shall we? Let's find those cooking emojis because y'all know it's time for us to cook. Here we go. Today's earworm, um, you know, the last couple of days, if I'm being honest, I have been struggling, you guys, because I've been getting a bunch of downloads at the same time, and I'm trying to discern like what messages are for me and what messages are for you. But I just thought about it. Today's earworm does coincide with today's download. And today's download that I got was talking about divine timing. And I know so many of y'all are probably like, Mimi, I'm so sick of you talking about divine timing. But it's important. Nothing is going to happen before it's precise, very second. Okay? What is meant for you is never going to pass you by. What is meant for you is never going to be delayed. Okay? It's never going to be delayed. And that's where, there's always this fine line, right? Because even when somebody else is being inactionable, depending on what your beliefs are, even their inaction is accounted for. Okay. So Spirit was really talking to me this morning about divine timing. And I was just like, okay, God, you've been speaking a lot about divine timing. It's been coming up a lot in the readings lately, talking about divine timing, but here it is again. And so divine timing was being ministered to me this morning. And aside from that, I started hearing this song. Now, for y'all that's young, y'all might have missed this movement, okay? But we've been talking a lot about the late 90s, early 2000s. And that was such a pivotal time in music. To me, the 90s going into 2000s was the best time. Not the sugar-coated items caused diabetes, Kamar. You know what? Y'all gonna stop cutting up this morning, okay? But during that time, it was a great time in music, okay? And in 2004, there was an album that came out by a young lady named Tidra Moses. And I don't know if you know her, but if you know, you know. Okay? If you know, you know. And if you was around during the time, she made you feel classy. She made you feel sassy. She made you feel like you can go slap you a girl and still keep it cute. Okay? And so she had an album that was called Simple Simplicity, or Complex Simplicity. I'm sorry, Complex Simplicity. And this was the #1 song from it, okay? And the song that we're talking about is Be Your Girl, okay? So if you've ever heard the record before, you know that the little introductory song, I keep hearing that beat playing in my head, okay? So the verse is, don't know if you got a girl, don't mean to disrespect, but thoughts of you rule my world. I even dream of you, I swear. Visions of you and I. See you around the way, been meaning to say hi, but I'm just way too shy. I gotta make you see this is more than just a silly crush. Okay? Now, I don't know who's manifesting somebody. I don't know who is crushing on somebody. I don't know anything. We about to get into it. But I'm telling you, if y'all ready for me to cook, because as I said, it has something to do with divine timing. Perhaps you've been knowing this person for a while now, and you have been digging on him for a while now. Perhaps you have been wanting to present yourself and you're afraid for whatever reason. I don't know. We about to get into it. But just remember, y'all, let me cook, because I promise you I'm going somewhere. Let me cook. Okay? So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I want you to find your tea kettles and put your tea kettles in the chat, because it's important for us to go ahead and start looking at this energy and see what's going on and go from there. Okay? So I want you to put those tea kettles in the chat, or those coffee cups, whatever your preference is, right? Because I know I asked y'all for coffee a couple times, but preferably, let's do the tea kettles, okay? So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to drop those tea kettles in the chat. Here we go. My mouse is being weird this morning, but it's doing this a lot of times. So anyway, Spirit, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your insight. Give us clear and precise messages, not only for me, but for the people who are here, for the harm of none and for the benefit of all. Give us some insight as to what is going on. Let this message resonate with those who are here. Amen and amen, 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 amen. Yes. What is the overall energy reading for today? Okay, wishing upon a star. Now, ironically, this card came out yesterday. Okay, wishing upon a star. All right. So I definitely feel like this references like a crush, right? This is like, that's that innocence. Okay. It's like that childhood innocence, right? That's there. Where it's almost like this person is like the man of your dreams, and it is speaking to your heart, right? And this is like that manifesting energy, okay? And I'm pointing that out because as you see, there are stars here, which represents faith, compassion, illumination, peace, spiritual alignment, right? But it's also like you can see how she's holding on to her heart. There's a hope there. It's like, this is my dream. And I feel like the dream that is here is speaking to that innocence of a child. Okay. It's like the innocence of a child. So this may be like a person that you may have never thought that you may have the opportunity to get with. Okay. But whatever it is that's going on here, it's definitely speaking to the child in you. Okay. And it's you wishing upon a star. All right. Now, what is the truth that we need to hear right now for our journey? What is the truth that we need to hear right now for our journey? Good morning, Forrest. Boy, my Hawaii family be checking in. Good morning. Whatever it is, don't overthink it. Whatever it is, don't overthink it. Okay? Gratitude. I am grateful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So there is a spirit of gratitude here. There is a spirit of gratitude here. And if you will notice, the green here is represented and reflective of the heart chakra. Okay? So that is reflective of the heart chakra. And I want to point out to your attention that she's holding her heart. Okay? So, yeah, this is definitely speaking to the heart. Matters of the heart. All right, guys, so the hidden realms, what messages do you have for us today? This is my than just a silly crush. Y'all know I had to do that. Y'all know I ain't ready there, you know. Anyway, listen to the ancestors, okay? Inherited patterns, traditions, integrated wisdom versus knowledge. This card has been coming up a lot lately, okay? And I always want to put the emphasis on inherited patterns, traditions, integrated wisdom versus knowledge, okay? And again, the color green is here, the color red is here, like all of the chakras pretty much are present. But what I feel like is, we talked about what integrated wisdom means versus knowledge. Knowledge means you just have an awareness of something. But that integrated wisdom means you've learned lessons in the past that you're able to apply. So it's a difference between a knowing and an understanding, right? And that kind of piggybacks on what we were talking about earlier in the pre-show, just a little bit. When we were talking about how people always like to put labels on things and it's you versus me, right? But that's the knowledge that we have a polarizing difference. I'm acknowledging that there's something different about me and you. But integrated wisdom says, I accept you for who you are. I recognize that we're different, but we can coexist. And your beliefs are no different than mine. We're both passionate about what we believe in, even though those are two different things, okay? So we got to know how to apply that integrated wisdom, okay? And I'm going to go back to that, but I just wanted to touch on that really quickly, okay? Now, what is the undercurrent here? What is the undercurrent here? This definitely feels like also someone may have been working on healing themselves. Someone may have been working with their ancestors to get clarity and knowledge and understanding on how to change who they are fundamentally, wanting to be in a position of healthier relationships. And I know when I talk about the quality of relationships, y'all get a little defensive when I'm talking about that. But you know, the reality is a hit dog will always holler, right? And the goal is not just to provide you with clarity, but to provide you with wisdom on how to change things so that you could become a better person, to have a better quality of life. Then I've done my job, right? Anybody could tell you what you want to hear, but not everybody could tell you what you need to know, okay? So those are two different things, all right? Now, dolphins, find joy in playful connections and let your intuition guide you into deeper understanding. So, listen, what did I say? There is like a crush energy here. There is a spirit here of joyfulness, right? When you have a crush, that is that playful energy, right? You may start doing things that you don't mean to do. I have something in my eye, so I apologize. You know, like when I see somebody that's real handsome, even at my ripe age, I can't control it. I start blushing. And I'm like, why am I blushing? That man just looked at me. Why am I blushing? It's just natural. And it just be like, what in the hell is happening to me right now, right? So you may have that silliness, that childlike state going on where you might be having that innocence. You may be having the warm and fuzzies. Let me know what y'all do when y'all see somebody that's handsome. What y'all be doing? When you see somebody that's beautiful, what do? What is your immediate response? Whether you mean to or not, what is an emotion that you experience? Because there is a difference between feelings and emotions. Feelings incite emotions, which causes you to be able to have a physiological response. That's the difference between a feeling and an emotion. So for me, I get giggly. I start feeling joy. What do you feel? What do you feel? All right, here we go. How is this showing up for us in our everyday lives? How does this show up for us in our everyday lives, Spirit? It's so embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. I look up and I be like, why am I smiling? I can't control my face. And I know they be looking at me like, weirdo. Whatever. Ain't my fault your mama made you cute. Okay, here we go. How is this showing up for us? Right. Thank ya! All right, here we go. Fresh starts. There is a fresh start that is here. All right. There is definitely a fresh start that is here. Okay. So there is a newness here. We are talking about new love. Okay. We are talking about new love this morning. and all that it brings, okay? All that it brings, all right? Now, when we look at this, what is our soul whisper for today? What is our soul whisper for today? Determination. And we have the fox here this morning. Okay? Determination. Now remember, when we talk about this fox, we talk about somebody who can have a strategy. They are a little bit conniving. They can be. Foxes are very smart, right? Very, very smart. But they're also playful. They are very resourceful. And foxes, it's another one I'm thinking about that I'm having a fog with right now. But determination, okay? I have not come this far to only come this far. Okay? I have not come this far only to come this far. When you encounter an obstacle on your journey, you may be tempted to give up. When the road ahead looks complex, the second time we've heard this word today, you may need to find yourself spending countless hours in a perpetual daydream, wishing that you could find something that would transform your dreams into reality. Close your eyes and set a goal in its fully realized form. Breathe in the scene deeply and feel the emotion that it evokes within you. Allow the fully blossom idea to manifest in that moment, taking every detail, every subtle nuance that it brings that makes this goal uniquely yours. This experience forms a crucial part of your goal, the vision. The active visualization is only the first part of the process. Progress requires concrete actions and steps in the right direction. Be specific in your goals, measured in your planning, and consistent in your approach. Results will come if you continue to show up for yourself every day. Remember that the time will pass regardless of whether you act or remain in a daydream state. Let your determination and desire become the fire that moves you towards action. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about manifesting. And if you didn't pick up on that, we are talking about manifesting. And today, as I said, someone is manifesting somebody else. Remember, she said, I even dream of you. I swear, visions of you and I. Okay, she said, but thoughts of you rule my world. I even dream of you. I swear, visions of you and I. So there is a manifesting energy here, y'all. It is definitely a manifesting energy here. And what I want to invite you to believe is that if you are not the person who is looking for this person, it is a great possibility that there is someone who is looking for you, that is bringing that energy towards you. And it is a playful, flirtatious energy. And if you're not seeing it, maybe you should open up your eyes to be able to see it. Because I know a lot of times, ladies, we be blind when men be flirting. They be liking us and we be like, somebody be like, you know that boy like you. You like, what? What? Little Chris like me? Oh, no. But if you think about it, think about how it was when you were growing up, when you were in school, the things that people did to show you that they were interested, okay? It's that same feeling evoking inside of me, like that warmth and that giddiness and that joy. Those are the emotions that I am feeling right now, okay? There is this playfulness, this freeness, this joyfulness, this curiosity, okay, that is looming here. All right. So this is about willpower, resolve, grit, and fortitude. This is about overcoming tentativeness, hesitancy, flimsiness, and being irresolute. Okay, this is about the base chakra. All right. And this is also, they chose the fox because it has been fabled for its ability to breach the hen house despite the obstacles placed in its path. It is utter determination that drives the fox to achieve its target. This is the same drive that you will have to ask one question: how badly do you want it? Okay, how badly do you want it? So then I guess my question then becomes for you guys, okay? How bad do you want it? If whatever it is that you're manifesting, if you want it so badly, I want you to write down in the chat right now, I meet each new day head on. I meet each day head on. Okay? because I want you to be actionable, right? I want you guys to be actionable, okay? All right, so here we go. What is going on, Spirit? What is going on? Now, it's important to understand that as we look at energy, energy speaks to us in a plethora of different ways, okay? So we definitely have this giddy, childlike energy, okay? This giddy, childlike energy, all right? I meet each day head on. Okay. There's someone else in the middle trying to sabotage this. So you may like somebody, you may be interested in somebody, okay? Which goes back to what she said in the song. You know, that was the first thing she said in the song, right? She said, don't know if you got a girl, not trying to disrespect, okay? That's definitely speaking to the curiosity that is here. Okay, so there's definitely a curiosity that is here. Somebody's working to manifest for sure. But because it seems like this is an impersonal relationship, so it seems like this is a person that doesn't know you personally. That's why you don't know exactly for sure if this person is or is not involved in somebody else, with somebody else, okay? Now, where's the tea? Not boss daddy coming up again. Okay, stable, rich, business owner, CEO, BDE. Okay, boss daddy came back up. All right, boss daddy is back in the building. So we got a boss here. Somebody who got their stuff together. Somebody who got a job. Somebody who got a house. Don't y'all like it when people be like, I got my own car, my own house? Like, duh, should you not? I mean, how old are you? I'm not saying that to be judgmental at all, but y'all understand what I'm saying? Have y'all ever met somebody like, I got my own car, my own job? It's like, duh, you supposed to have all these things. You're an adult. How old are you? Especially at my age. It'll be different. Now, let me be clear when I say this. At my age, I do understand that there are a lot of adults who end up having to take care of their parents, right? It's a one thing if that is your house and your parents have to live with you for whatever reason. It's another if it's still your mama house and you living with your mama. That's a different dynamic. Not judging, but I'm just saying you got to have some type of explanation for why that is at your age, okay? Now, what is going on here? It's just some silly crush. They want you to see that it's more than a crush. They got feelings for you. They interested. It's more than what you think it is. Okay? This girl been checking you out for a while. She like, I wonder if you even notice me. You gotta feel me looking at you. Okay? Harmony, balance, peace, and happiness. Okay? There is some harmony here. Balance, peace, and happiness is here. Okay? What lies beneath this, Spirit? What lies beneath this? I'm telling you, there's a crush. Don't know if you got a girl. Don't mean to disrespect, but thoughts of you rule my world. I even dream of you, I swear. Visions of you and I. See you around my way. Been meaning to say hi, but I'm just way too shy. I gotta make you see. This is more than just a silly crush. Somebody checking you out. Bank failure. Okay. Bank failure. That fell out. I don't know if I want to keep that. That don't make sense, but that fell out. Bank failure. What that got to do with this? Okay. Emotional intelligence. All right. So perhaps, like I said, this is a situation where you may have somebody that is older who lives with their parents. And the reason why I'm bringing up that parent thing with emotional intelligence is because we do have two senior citizens here. Okay. Maybe Ah, no, 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 no. Remember, we were talking about listening to the ancestors, okay? Integrated patterns and traditions, okay? Inherited patterns and traditions, excuse me. Someone is getting a lot of advice and counsel from elders, whether that be grandparents or people, the ancestors that are teaching them and showing them how to persevere and move through um maybe some past disappointments, some past heartbreaks. Could also be educating you right now on how to approach this situation, okay? What is a true emotion here? Like they're trying to help you open up your heart. All right, what is the true emotion here, Spirit? Family. Okay, we got a family here. Now I'm real curious. Somebody got a crush on somebody who already got a family going on? Mm. I'm going to choose to keep it positive and think that this person has been manifesting a family with you. That's what I'm thinking. Okay? That's what I'm going to venture to say. They're visioning you being a part of their family. They want to have children with you. They want to get married to you. Like they're having the full-fledged vision. Okay? When we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? Avoidance, in hiding, feeling guilty, no communication. Remember I told you, she said, been meaning to say hi, but I'm way too shy. I got to make you see this is more than just a silly crush. I wonder if you even notice me at all. You got to feel me. Okay. So in hiding, feeling guilty, no communication, needing to speak up and don't. This is interesting, guys. Like, I definitely feel the energy of a crush. Like, I really do feel the energy of a crush. And I think it's like no malicious intent for sure. It's not like some of these other readings that I pick up on where you can feel the malicious. It's not. It's an innocence here. There is an extreme innocence here. All right, what is the true crime here? Grandparent. Okay, so we got elders here again. Okay, so I really feel as though somebody may be taking care of a grandparent. All right, this is the second older couple that we have here, but there is a grandparent here. Okay, so somebody may be spending a lot of their time focusing on helping an elderly person in their home. This person may also spend a lot of time, feel like they're not necessarily ready to communicate because they feel like there's going to be like this spirit of judgment because, let me rephrase. This person may not have been dating because they've been spending all their time caring for a person who is elderly, a person who may be sick. So this person could be a grandparent. Okay. This is the second older couple that we have on the table. All right. What is the yin and the yang here? Somebody may feel like they don't have their self together. Have y'all ever met somebody that was just so fine and had all their stuff together? So you got one person that got all their stuff together and it's intimidating because you're in a transitional space in your time, in your life where you don't have it all together. That's kind of like what this feels like to me. There's an intimidation because it's like, I'm embarrassed or ashamed to say that I'm taking care of a loved one right now and I don't have access to things, but really those are things to be admirable. That's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, you keep on living. We all might have to have somebody to take care of us, right? And so it is an honorable thing. It's a service to be able to take care of your loved ones, right? So don't ever feel insecure about being able to take care of a family member that is transitioning or is at the end of life, right? That's a beautiful thing. And don't let anyone ever shame you for that. Not Venus falling out on the floor. Okay. What is the yin and the yang, the influential energy? What is the yin and the yang? I wish that younger people were a little bit more sensitive to how impermanent health is. A lot of people take health for granted. And health is definitely not one of those things that you should be taking for granted at all, ever. You know, you can do everything right and still be born in this world or give birth to a child that has a birth defect. So don't ever take health for granted. All right. I keep dropping cards on the floor this morning. Here we go. Karma, balance, weighing things out, cause and effect, choices, wants to make things right. Okay. So this for someone is about karma. Okay. They're weighing things out, the cause and effect. Remember when we first started talking during the pre-show, we were talking about the 12 spiritual laws, right? And I specifically called out during that time, I specifically called out the law of cause and effect. Okay. All right, what is blocking this connection from moving forward? What is blocking this relationship from moving forward? More cards flying and falling off the table. Holding on. You must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. So this could also be what we were referencing, like getting guidance and counsel from a senior citizen or elderly person. Maybe there is the fear of holding on. Okay, so what may have happened in the past. Maybe in the past you tried to date somebody else and they weren't understanding that, you know, you may not have the time that is necessary to really foster a relationship, right? I want you to raise your hand in the chat. Remember, this is non-judgment. But I want you to raise your hand in the chat if you've ever been in a situation where you had to take care of a ailing parent or a grandparent. And I want you to raise your hand because I want to just do a poll, right? Again, not out of a space of judgment, but understanding how time consuming it can be, right? How it takes up all of your extra time and energy. And it really puts you in a predicament where you're like, I can't really focus on myself because it's not about me right now. It's about the care of this other person, which is probably why this person is continuously holding on to this crush, because it's like, I want to say something to you, but I can't say anything to you because I know once I say something to you, I'm going to have to be actionable behind it. And I don't have the capacity. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the time to cater to a relationship right now. Because when I tried to balance both of these things simultaneously before in the past, it was an impediment to my relationship. And I don't want to be a failure in my relationship. So I'm going to prioritize the health and well-being of this other person. That's what I'm getting. Okay. That's what I'm picking up on. Now, is this love? Is this love? How does this person feel? It definitely feels like it's a crush. There is an energy between us, a vibe that cannot be denied. This is romantic feelings, y'all. Okay? Didn't this girl just say, I wonder if you even notice me at all? You got to feel me? Well, here's your sign that this person may be feeling you. Ooh, child. Baby boy, baby girl, did the plot just not thicken? Okay, we got to get down to the bottom of this because I want to know who you crushing on and who crushing on you. All right, person A. Person A, I definitely get the impression that this is tough. Person A is definitely avoiding this person, okay? Person A is definitely avoiding, they're hiding, they're feeling guilty, it's no communication, okay? I definitely feel like person A is the person who is taking care of a sick loved one, okay? I definitely feel like that. That person could be a grandparent, okay? I do feel like this person is working with their working on their karma, like balance, weighing things out, doing cause and effect with choices and wanting to make things right. Okay. I also feel like they're also like in harmony and balance and peace and happiness. Like it's all about their health and well-being, right? Person B, I do feel like they got themselves together. They coming in with as boss daddy with this stable, rich BDE. Okay, BDE. If you don't know what that means, go Google it, okay? Because I don't want to put it out there, but you know, they got BDE, okay? This person may already have a family of their own, okay? And I'm saying that because these two people do look alike. This gentleman here and this gentleman here, okay? I'm also saying that someone else could be trying to sabotage this. So just because they have a family of their own doesn't necessarily mean that they're married, okay? And the reason why I'm pointing that out is specifically is because on this card, she does not have on a wedding ring, okay? And on this card, he does not apparently have on a wedding ring. So this could be one of those instances where it's a child involved, like this is a past relationship, maybe a divorce situation, maybe a baby mom, baby father situation, okay? I do feel like this person may be holding on and may be apprehensive as well to cut no ties in order for them to meet somebody new, because maybe they also have been feeling like, you know, I've tried love before and it didn't work out for me. It didn't serve me. It didn't benefit me, okay? So with that, I definitely feel as though that may be one of the causes, but I do feel like they do recognize that there is an energy between y'all that cannot be denied. Okay, so the question was, I wonder, do you even see me? And they like, yeah, I see you. I see you. I see you, and I'm digging on you, and I'm enjoying the vibe as well. Woo, baby, baby boy, baby girl, if y'all ready to get into this reading, child, okay, it is time for us to shift into these more personal insights and pick up on the potential energies that are involved, y'all. So remember to take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't, okay? But please don't consider what we're talking about without considering your placements, okay? I am about to do my reading for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, all right? So if y'all ready to get into this and determine whose business this is, baby, I need you to find those magnifying glasses, put those magnifying glasses up. It's time for us to zoom in. Listen, we don't judge, but we do get right into the business, and we gonna look at it and be like, oh, okay, and come on out of this thing, all right? So if y'all ready to get into it, I need to see those magnifying glasses. Put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Here we go. I also want to amplify that the person who is taking care of this aging parent or grandparent, this person definitely is feeling so thankful and grateful for the opportunity to be in a position to take care of this person. Like there's a closeness with these individuals. So this is not like a burden per se. This is it's an honor. And I think I said that earlier, that this is an honor. It's a service. This person is very glad that they're able to do this for this person, okay? Whose business is this, Spirit? Whose business is this? Okay, person A is coming in as an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, coming in as the King of Wands upright. This is a natural leader, a visionary, an entrepreneur, big picture leader, overcoming obstacles, mature and career focused. Okay. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you or your person is a fire sign, can you go ahead and put a fire sign emoji in the chat? If you or your person is a fire sign, go ahead and put that fire sign down in the chat. Person B. Who is person B? Okay, that didn't take time. Person B is coming in as a fire sign as well, coming in as an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. However, they're coming in right now with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, okay? So this is bad luck, no control, resistant to change, breaking cycles in a negative phase, okay? Which also speaks to why this person is holding on, okay? They're like, yeah, I want to do this, but I don't know if I can. Ooh, babies. Y'all ready to get into this? I need y'all to go ahead and find those teacup, coffee cups, wine glasses, whatever it is that you're drinking on right now, wherever you are in the world. It's time for us to get into this reading. Y'all ready? Here we go. Excuse me. Coffee went down the wrong pipe. All right, y'all, here we go. What is going on with my fire signs? This person A may also have Scorpio and or Sagittarius placements in their chart. Scorpio and or Sagittarius placements in their chart. Okay. But we definitely have two fire signs here with a lot of fire energy. All right. Now, I decided not to use my big A cards today, but we're going to get into we're going to get into it. All right. All right, here we go. What is going on with my fire and my earth signs? All right, here we go. Person A is coming in as a Six of Wands right now in reverse. Okay. This goes back to them like avoiding confrontation. Okay. They have all these visions and all these dreams about this person that they are seeing. Like they see somebody, they want to talk to them, they want to come forward, they want to introduce themselves. And then it's like every time they see, okay, I don't know who drinks coffee. If this story applies to you, do you go to a coffee shop often? Like I'm seeing a coffee shop. I'm seeing this being like a place that you go for very familiar, very intimate space, but I'm seeing a coffee shop. Okay. I don't know who this applies to, but I'm seeing a coffee shop. But I'm seeing where there is a place that you go that you're seeing this person frequently. Okay. And it's like every time you see them, because of who they are, like they may always be on the phone, you know, they may always be either they're on the phone, holding the phone to their ear, or they're always looking at their phone. But I feel like this person is always distracted when you see them. And I feel like there have been a couple times or two where you've seen this particular person, y'all may have made eye contact. And when you wanted to speak to this person, it was like you kind of like put your mouth together so that you can say, like you did like you wanted to speak and then you couldn't speak. Okay. So it was like, you know, like that type of energy. And then I feel like there is also like a disappointment too, because every time that you get ready to say something to this person, like you keep bigging yourself up. Like, okay, today I'm going to say something to this person. Today I'm going to speak. Today I'm going to introduce myself. Today I'm going to say hi. And it feels like every time you get to that place and then you can't get it out, it's like you're disappointed. Aww. Okay. So it feels like there is a lack of ability to really get out and say what you need to say. But I feel like this is a very intimate setting, something like a coffee shop is what I'm feeling. So I don't know if you go to a Starbucks or like a mom and pop coffee shop. It feels like a very intimate setting, like some place that's a part of your everyday routine, that you see this person every day. I see two people standing around. Okay, it feels like a coffee shop. I keep saying coffee. I don't know who drinks coffee, but if you drink coffee and this story applies to you, then send a smoke signal, okay? Anyway, now, person B, okay? Person B is coming in as the Eight of Cups in reverse, okay? Person B is in a weird space in their life, okay? They're in a very weird transitional space in their life. They really don't know how to feel, okay? So it goes back to me going back to what I was saying about them having a family involved. I don't get the impression that this person is married. I don't get the impression that this person is dating someone else. It feels to me like this is a past relationship that they're trying to get over, okay? But it also feels like to me there isn't a forward movement energy with them, which goes back to this card about them holding on, okay, and not releasing what has happened in the past. This also speaks to the current foundational energy that we have here about them being resistant to change and breaking cycles and negative thought patterns. But it also speaks to why they feel like they can't let go. Okay, I feel like in some shape, form, or fashion, there is this secret desire that things would work out, but it's like they're not really putting forth the effort or the energy into it, which is kind of confusing because it's like, okay, you are a family man. Okay. This person did not want their family dynamic to change. I feel like this person was really focused on money, career, providing, typical manly things, leadership qualities and characteristics. Absolutely. I feel as though they didn't want their relationship with this person to end. And unfortunately, they were being forced to choose whether or not they were going to focus on their career or their business and or put this relationship first. And somebody wanted to put in a power play. Like, I feel like somebody wanted to do the power play. And the person that is here, this other person, they thought that this person was going to change their mind and pick them, and they didn't. So the person did the power play. The person was like, either it's going to be me or it's going to be the job. And the person was like, okay, well then it's going to be the job, because if I'm not taking care of my money and making money, then how do I provide for you? So it definitely feels like there has been some divorce or separation here, okay? So with that being said, that's part of the reason why you have this disconnect with this person holding on and refusing to move forward. Because in their heart, they still want the relationship that they had to be going. Now, what's interesting is they have noticed you, coffee shop viewer, okay? You coffee shop peeper, they've noticed you, okay? You probably didn't think that they noticed you because they always so busy, but they have definitely noticed you. Okay. So it's interesting dynamics right now. Okay. So you got somebody who wants to speak up, want to say something. And y'all know what's funny? Look at this card, y'all. Look at this card. Y'all see that coffee cup on that card? I just saw that. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely like, I don't know what it is about coffee. I don't know who in here like coffee. Just raise your hand in the chat if you like coffee, because I keep coffee. Okay. So let me ask you this question. If you find that this storyline is resonating with you, can you tell me how this is affecting you? Are you the person who wants to move on in your life and get somebody new, but you feel like you can't? Or are you the person that wants to speak up and let somebody know that you actually like them, but you feel like your obligations are weighing you down? Like, let me know where you're coming in at. Are you person A or person B? Okay. Now, what is favorable about this situation? Okay, that's too many. What is favorable about it? This card insists on coming out. Okay. We got the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. It definitely feels like this is frustrating, right? And I'm saying that this is frustrating because it feels like you have two people who are wanting to step into a different space, right? You have two people who are desiring different outcomes for their lives, but it feels like both of them are feeling bogged down by the ways. And this is a very, very this has a lot to do with the value system, the morals, and so the good news is that you have two people who are very much so focused on what their morals, values, and beliefs are. And you have two people who are family oriented. Okay, so you got two family oriented people who are very particular about how they structure and view family. So family is important. Okay, family is very important. And that takes the weight of, their personal life, because that's something that's important to them. So that's the benefit here. But it also feels very isolating and very lonely. Okay. And there's a vulnerability that is here, that it's like, if I don't shoulder this responsibility, and if I don't push the view and push through this, then who's going to show up for me and, help me get through that? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like a choice here that is being presented. The good news is that you guys have similar values and beliefs. But if you guys aren't communicating and introducing and just talking, because I feel like if there was a conversation had, then there will be an immediate level of understanding here that, okay, yeah, I think you're cute. You like me. I like you. I like your vibe. But I know that I can't be very attentive to you right now. Like my energy is being torn between this and something else. So whatever this is, it's like, it's on when I see you. When I have time for you, I have time for you. Don't take it personal. You may hear from me every day. You may not hear from me every day, right? I feel like there's an energy here that is like, I'm still healing and still overcoming, but I'm still trying to understand where that fine line is for me. Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all? It's like you have two people who desire more from life, but it's like it's low on the priority scale, right? So if you think about the things that are important, dating is like at the bottom. It's like number 10 on the priority list, right? It's low on the totem pole, okay? Have you ever experienced that dynamic before where you met somebody and it just felt like the timing wasn't right? Like everything about them was popping, but the timing wasn't right? Yeah. If you've ever experienced that before, just put a red heart in the chat. If you ever met somebody and you was like, "Oh, I like his energy, I like his vibe, or I like her stilo," whatever words y'all people use in today's world. But it feels like the timing was just off, okay? And if y'all recall, in the beginning of this reading, I spoke about divine timing. Okay. Now, what's a consequential here is we got the Hermit here in reverse. All right. So what this is telling me is that you guys are definitely going to have to think outside the box about how you proceed to move forward. Person A, do you say something to this person? Do you express the interest and let them know that you're interested in dating? But just let them know, I don't have a whole lot of time because I'm taking care of my aging grandparent. I'm a caretaker. Do you say that? Or do you just let this fine BDE keep walking by you every day, looking good, smelling good, wearing his suit? Oh, I just got a whiff of that strong cologne. that manly cologne, that Tom Ford, that good when you smell that wood up in it, you know? And I'm talking about what they make cologne with, okay? This person always looking dapper, sharp, precise, never looking dusty. Yes. Do you keep letting that man walk by you every day? Or do you finally say something and just say hi? You know, you will be amazed to know how much you can open up the door to communication just by starting to speak to somebody. A simple hello makes you not a stranger anymore. Especially because I'm feeling strongly like y'all see each other every day. Wherever you're passing this person in passing, I'm seeing a coffee shop. So for some of y'all, it may be a coffee shop, but for some of you, it may be a gas station. It may be a corner store. It's a small, intimate place that you're in the same place at the same time every day. Every day. Okay? But I definitely feel like once y'all have this conversation, there will be some allowance for a non-traditional approach. However, I think that that's going to have to be a conversation that is had between the two of you about how do you balance and manage that. Because I do feel like if that conversation is not had, this can become frustrating, right? And it could become another task or another bore. And that's not what we want either. We want this to remain positive. We want this to remain open. We want this to develop, right? So my question for you is, if you've been enjoying this person with your eye candy and you have not been speaking up to them, right? My question is, what do you think will happen if you keep on going down this path? What do you think will happen? Do you think this person would just up and talk to you? Like, what do you think will really happen here? Okay. What is this trying to teach you? Oh, well, we got the Nine of Wands here. Okay, we got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Child, there's a lot of reversal energy right now. What in the world is going on up in here? Okay. I do feel like with this energy being here, if you don't say something, I'm going back to this, right? Because this is where somebody's got to break the ice. Okay, somebody's got to break the ice. And it feels like if you don't speak up and get over this obstacle, okay, if you don't get up and say something, you're going to let this opportunity pass you by, right? And I know it's interesting because in the beginning of this reading, we talked about when something is for you, timing can't pass you by, right? But in this instance, I feel like if you don't break the ice by starting to speak, it does feel like you will never be able to pursue a possibility of what could be for you because you never entertained it. So what I'm saying is that I'm encouraging you to be curious. I'm encouraging you to be open. I am encouraging you to be free. You know, what harm is it in saying hi? Just say hi. I feel like once you open up the door and just say hi, you will put yourself in a position of where they will start speaking to you and they'll start asking you questions. Now, in the beginning, it might be superficial. They might be like, hey, how are you? But the glass is broken. Okay. The ice is broken. Okay. Therefore, now there's a repeated pattern because now they know who you are. And now that's an opportunity to build conversation. I'm well. How about you? I'm good. Hey, how's your day going? You know, it may seem surface on the surface level, right? But you start to build rapport. And it lets that person know that you're approachable just like they're approachable. It lets you know that they're open, they're receptive, they're willing. You see how this goes? But if you just over here being quiet, being astonished, won't say nothing, then how do they know? They see you looking at them, but they don't know what you're thinking because you ain't never said nothing. Now, what do you need to do to heal? We got the Four of Wands here in reverse. Okay? In this case, I feel like this applies more so to person B than it does person A, but person A energy is still here too. And I feel like for both of you guys, you got to stop looking back at what failed in the past. And I already said that, but I want to bring that back up and amplify and highlight that because I feel like it's an imperative acknowledgement here. Both of you need to stop looking at what failed. What has been has been. What didn't work in the past, it's okay. It wasn't probably time for it to work then. Just because you tried and you failed doesn't mean anything. We all have failed at relationships at some point or another. I agree that it is exceptionally challenging and difficult to continuously be vulnerable and to put yourself out there and to want to have the desire or the interest to meet someone, to continue to build and develop and to nurture relationships if you know that the outcome is going to be failure. I get it. But what if you make yourself vulnerable, you put yourself out there, you're honest and you're transparent, and it is successful? What if this is your forever person? You see what I'm saying? So either you can be negative and operate from a place of pessimism, where it's like, I'm tired, all my relationships fail, everything is doom and gloom. Or you can say, I may have failed in the past, but now it's the time for me to integrate that wisdom into how to date and be proper and to better vet and to better identify qualified candidates who are not going to waste my time, who have the same values and beliefs that I have, who want to be here for me the way that I want to be here for you. See, that's the difference between knowledge and integrated wisdom. Okay? That's the difference. And at this tender age or whatever you are, everybody wants love. Everybody wants that person who makes their heart skip a beat or two. Everybody wants that. But what we also must realize that in life, nothing lasts forever. And that's what makes this so beautiful, right? And let me cook here for a minute. Because I struggle with the construct that nothing lasts forever. But in reality, life is very short and it is very temporary. When you realize how impermanent life is, nothing stays the same ever. People have a right to change their mind. People will change their mind. People will change, people will grow, and they will evolve. And when they do that, things that they may have aligned with before may not resonate so well with them currently. That being said, okay, I got an example of this real quick. Don't ask me why Spirit just showed this to me. For example, when I was younger, I used to have a 1998 Ford Escort LX 6-shift, 4-door, all manual car. You had to roll the windows down. So for y'all young kids that don't know, cars did not always have automatic options. It was manual. You had to roll the window down like this. Okay, you had to exercise your arm. All right. So in that vehicle, I had 20 speakers, 20s in the back. So every time you would hear me coming, boom, boom, boom. Oh my God, you would hear me coming down the block. I ain't lying. And my grandparents used to always tell me, girl, we hear you coming down the block. Even if I turned the music down to 2, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now you can't even pay me to turn the radio up in my car. I'm not even listening to music in my car 9 times out of 10. So you see the evolution and growth. You go from being a person who used to over play my radio. I don't know what the word is for that. I used to listen to music so loud all the time to not at all. That's an example of growth. Okay. So what I'm saying is, when you think about it, nothing changes, but everything changes. Okay. Nothing is nothing is permanent in life. And once you realize that we can't control, we don't own people. If today you decided that you wanted to get into this relationship and you wanted this relationship to evolve and to become, and then tomorrow this person says, you know what? When I met you, the 20-year-old me was happy with this, but the 35-year-old me is not. And the 35-year-old in me needs X, Y, and Z. And if that person says that I can't meet those demands, then maybe it is in the best interest that this relationship comes to an end. You understand what I'm saying? But most people see that as a failure instead of a failing forward as an opportunity to be better aligned with things that are for you in a season that is appropriate for you at that time. That is the difference between knowledge and integrated wisdom. Integrated wisdom says things that worked for you yesterday may not work for you today. Things that fit you yesterday may not fit you today. We started out this reading talking about how when people age, right? And how people, and that may have been in a pre-show, but we were talking about how people's bodies change. Okay? And newsflash, something may fit you today. You put that same thing on tomorrow, you might have gained a pound or two and now it don't fit no more. You understand? So my point is understanding and accepting that things are subject to change. Okay? Things are subject to change. But don't look at it as being a negative, because the person that you were dating prior to now is not the person that you're communicating with. There is a mutual level of understanding here that family is a priority. And if you allow that person to see that vulnerable, transparent side of you, you will come to the realization that they are going to be a little bit more supportive on your journey because they can lead with empathy. They understand and they have some type of compassion for you. And that's what attracts them to you even more. You understand? Now, as I said that, this is the first card we have upright, which is strength. Okay? So this is going to require you to put aside all those old negative feelings and emotions, to put aside that fear, right? That what if I say something and they not interested? Or what if I put myself out there and they married? Okay, but you would never know until you say hi, until you have the conversation, right? But instead you over here waiting for your coffee. The lady done called your name 5 times and you still over here dreaming. Just like you curious in your fantasies of this person, get curious in reality about this person. Have a conversation. You never know what, like I said, this person has noticed you. So it's not like they're aloof that you exist. They've noticed you. And just like you're curious about them, they are curious about you. But just like you've been apprehensive, they've been apprehensive. You see how that works? It's the law of correspondence. Okay? The law of cause and effect. So what you're doing, there's a reaction. So your inaction is causing an action on their behalf as well, because there is a curiosity, but like, I don't know, it's like an apprehensiveness. Okay? Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Coins for this particular card. Okay? And you may feel like this is frustrating because it's like, I keep seeing this person every day. I think this person's very attractive. This person smells good. This person looks good. But then it's also this lack of progressive movement forward. And it's really, like I said, it's going back to the fact that this is about you. This is about you. You know, you got to be curious. You got to be, listen, I'm trying to tell you, you got to get rid of the fear that this is going to go the wrong way. If you admire this person and this person is giving you that elated feeling of ecstasy and joy and serenity, that's the positive of it, right? What's the worst that can happen? They married. They dating somebody. Okay? Those are fears that perpetuate that apprehension. So that's on the other side of that admiration. Right? So either you're going to trust that it's going to work out for you and you're going to go ahead and put yourself out there and you're going to communicate to this person and accept what comes from this, or you're going to put yourself in a position where you're going to keep on seeing this person every day and you're going to miss your opportunity to find the person of your dreams.
I guess we'll never know.
It's really up to you. It's really up to you. But this is really about you practicing emotional intelligence as well and following your gut. Okay? And follow your gut. It's faith over fear. If you keep saying that you want to meet the person of your dreams and you keep trying to manifest the person of your dreams and you keep seeing this person every day, what is stopping you from acting upon that? Faith without works is dead, right? Okay? So put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to say hello. I get it. It's intimidating. I get it is stressful. I get you may not be a people person. I get all of that. But what is the worst that can happen if you do say something? You keep thinking, what if? But what if? But what if? And what I'm saying is, but what if? You see that? But what if? But what if? Okay? So my question to you is, what emotion do you really need to acknowledge right now in order for you to tap in? What emotion do you really, or feeling that you really need to acknowledge? What is keeping you from progressing and moving forward? What is holding you back? That's the question. What is holding you back? The opposite of fear is surprise. The opposite of fear is surprise. So, if you are afraid to approach this person, what if you will be surprised with their response? What if you did say hello and they say hello back? And then that awkward moment of silence comes about. It is the opposite. Opposite can be joy. But when we're talking about Plut Chick's Wheel of Emotions, the opposite of fear is surprise. Trust and surprise is on both sides of that. But what I'm saying is too, you'll be amazed to see, what if they said to you, I think you're very attractive. Are you married? Or I've been noticing you and I've been wanting to communicate with you. Are you seeing anybody? What if that's their response? Seriously. You could be totally flabbergasted and shocked that one day they just say, would you like to do dinner? Okay, you will be surprised. Even though on the inside, you'll be over there like, you might be surprised. When you might be like, who you talking to me? You might get to stuttering. You never know. All right, here we go. Clarifying what's going on here. But there is an energy here. I'm going to tell you that now. There is an energy that is here. That is very potent. Okay, there is a very potent energy that is here. That is interesting. It is interesting. Okay, now you got to get out of those old habits. That's what Spirit just said. You got to get out of those old habits. Stop thinking you're not worthy, right? Because somebody else gave up on you. And remember, I did say both people have experienced this in their relationship. Both people have experienced people walking out on them because their priorities were in other places. Okay? So again, it goes back to the mutual understanding that this can work. So my question is for you, if this is you, what is one step that you can do? What action that you can take today to empower yourself? Now, we got the Star card in reverse, okay? This is the first major arcana on the table today. And I feel like a part of this is speaking to the fact that you won't speak up. Right? It's only so many times Spirit is going to put you in a position to where you can speak to this person, okay? It's only going to be so many opportunities. And if you don't seize the moment while it's there, you're going to miss your boat. You're going to miss your chance. You got to catch the wave while the wave is coming in. Because windows of opportunities do close. One's change in one, if you 5 minutes late, you too late. If you 5 minutes too early, you too early, right? If you don't seize the moment and opportunity to talk to this person when you can, you're going to be very disappointed because you're going to end up missing out on an opportunity to come into fruition of the things that you've been hoping and praying and manifesting for, all because you too scared to say hello. I mean, hello is as simple as it can get. Hello, how you doing today? Okay, I'm good. How are you? Good. It's that simple. You'll be surprised. Next time you see them, they'll be like, hey, how you doing today? I'm good. How are you? And make sure you smile, people. Don't just be, hey, how you doing? Like, that's so impersonal. Smile. But I do feel like if you do prolong this a little bit longer, you will disappoint yourself, right? Because that window of opportunity is going to close. Now, what you will find is that this person, that energy is here. And we already know that the energy is here because there is an energy or a vibe between us that cannot be denied. That already came out. So there is already an interest here. So again, I am saying to you, do not prolong talking to this person. The next time you see this person, don't stage a coupe. Don't try to bump into them and spill coffee on their suit. None of that nonsense like that. Next time you see them, don't take 29 minutes to say hello. Okay? As soon as they pay for their order and you down there at the end of the line, waiting to pick yours up, stop overthinking and just say, good morning, how are you? I am telling you, the moment that you do that, you will start to feel the energy that is there, the interest, the admiration, because this has been mutual this whole entire time. I've told y'all that.
Welcome.
Okay? So that energy is going to be there. All right? That is going to start a whole new conversation, a whole new path. Again, you will be surprised to come to find out this person has been interested in you this whole time. And I'm telling you, here it is with the Fool card. You will start to take a new leap of faith. That's that curiosity. That's that energy that I was telling y'all about, that childlike energy, that joy, that cheekiness, that freeness, that joyfulness, right? That's that inquisitive energy. It starts to beget that, right? And the reason why that will start to come towards you is because there's an optimism here. There is a joy here. Like I can't describe it enough. But when you have people who are grown and mature, when you know, there's going to be an interest in both of you to proceed to move forward. And but it's not going to be a fast forward movement energy. I'm going to tell you that now. This is not going to be fast. This is not something that's just going to take off and y'all go because y'all got priorities. So this is where said knowledge and understanding is going to have to be imperative. This is where that determination is going to have to come in too. But I do feel like because life has been heavy for the both of you, I do feel like you guys both will be in a space of recognizing and accepting and being appreciative of what this is bringing to you, because this is bringing back a energy that wasn't there before. You know, a lot of times when you just adulting, you do get to that space, unfortunately, where you kind of like alienate yourself. because you're catering and taking care of everybody else that you're not taking care of yourself. Nobody else is loving on you. You get to the point where you are lacking that companionship and that romance and that counterpart. And that's kind of like what puts people stuck in like their own way. Okay. So be careful with that. Okay. Stay open to some type of companionship so that way that excitement and that eagerness is still there. But I definitely feel like that will be there. Okay. And now we got this Queen of Cups. She coming in reverse. Okay. I think this is going to go back to the energy of not overthinking, okay, which is going to be very easy to do in this instance, right? And the reason why I'm saying it is because there is a bitterness that is here, folks, from past failed mishaps, right? And just feeling, well, what if I mess this up? Stop overthinking. Stop talking yourself out of an opportunity, okay? Just stop. Stop thinking that everybody's going to lie to you, that you're going to drop the ball, like something's going to go wrong. Like, we got to shift out of that negative space of thinking. Again, going back to that pessimism, right? Stop waiting to feel confused and disillusioned and dismayed and disenchanted. Like, let's get rid of that, right? Let's start thinking about what if. How do you manifest all of this? How do you get to a space where you're like, you know what? I appreciate and I recognize and accept everything that is, right? How do you practice manifestation, but then you think the worst of what you're manifesting? Do you believe in all is the question, right? Do you believe in all? And honestly, this is going to go back to both of y'all's energy. Because again, as I said, both of y'all have been played before. Both of y'all have had to go through some healing with some past relationships. So I'm encouraging you that when you do move forward and this person is giving you that energy, giving you that pizzazz, giving you that confirmation, right? Giving you that energy, that you do not think negatively about what's here, that you remain open, that you remain optimistic, that you remain positive. Be thankful and just trust. Be hopeful and be inspired. Don't let the shadows of your past overshadow the sunshine today. Those clouds are gone. Don't let them overshadow your future. And that's where you got to wake up out of the things that have happened negatively and adversely in the past. Recognize that what happened in the past is the past. And that's for both of y'all. Okay, he been married before. Might have a crazy BM. You know, now she done been downgraded. You know, she used to be ex-wife. Now he just says my child's mother. Right? But whatever she got going on between him and her, because he wants you, he's going to put her in her place. So don't be thinking that he's still trying to get back with her, because he doesn't. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, especially when you realize in relationship dynamics, what I find, and you can tell me if this is true or not, but what I find is with men, when they were still in love and still committed to their other person, if they were the ones who did not want that relationship to end, they still are emotionally open to that person. And which provides that gate of where that person can still slide in to pull that power dynamics and, you know, try to pull on them and try to, try to pull on them and try to get them to say and do things, you know, and try to be manipulative. And even though that energy is here where they're trying to sabotage, what I'm trying to tell you is that this person that is here, okay, this person that is here is going to be trustworthy enough to put an end to that. So don't even let that try to creep in and make you feel insecure, right? I don't see this person being the type of person that's going to allow this person to disrespect you, because that's what they want. I feel like they're going to be the type of person, even though they were initially holding on to it, okay? I think once they have built up their confidence in this connection, they will continue to proceed and move forward accordingly, all right? So if y'all ready to get into these closing thoughts and to figure out what's going to be the potential final outcome, I need y'all to put y'all notebooks in the chat. Get your papers, your pens, your notebooks, whatever. Whatever that is, I want you to put that down in the chat because it's time for us to evaluate the final outcomes and get ready to get out of this business. All right, here we go. All right, so what is the potential final outcome? I say potential because I can't predict free will, right? The only person that can predict free will is God. But I can tell you what the energy is suggesting. And what you can do is take this information and take action. And if you don't like the outcome, you can always change it, right? That's where free will comes into play. All right, so what is the final outcome for this? You are meeting somebody new. That's for sure. Somebody is meeting somebody new. And this is going to bring a lot of harmony, joy, and peace into the life. I'm telling you, there's a level of understanding here that you have not experienced before, ever. Ever, okay? You have never experienced this before. All right, here we go. We got the King of Pentacles in reverse, y'all. So it's going to seem initially like you failed, like you've missed the mark with this, because I do feel like this is going to be a very slow moving energy, okay? And I did say that early on, that once you did approach this conversation, and once you did start to move forward with this, I do feel like this is going to be a slow moving energy, okay? And it's going to feel that way because it's going to feel like there is a lack of vision for what you want this relationship to look like. And that's not true. Remember, I said that there is a list of priorities. This relationship is at the bottom of that list of priorities, okay? So it's going to feel like it's not moving forward. It's going to feel like this is going against the grain, like this doesn't make sense. But what I want you to do is to take your foot up off the gas and learn how to go with the flow and to just be. And the reason why I'm bringing that back up is because when we pulled the undercurrent here, remember we got the dolphins. Find joy in playful connections and let your intuition guide you to developing something that is deeper. Okay, remember this card came out. So what I'm telling you is, if you go with the flow and just let this relationship be and just evolve, don't put no pressure on it. Don't go trying around, put labels on it. Don't put timelines on it. Just let it go, right? Because you will be amazed to see what you're working on yourself, what they're working on themselves. Just because it's not an everyday thing, y'all not seeing each other every Friday, doesn't mean it's unsuccessful. Love is a risk. It's a calculated risk, just like anything else in life. So what I am encouraging and imploring of you is to slow down, okay? Pump your brakes and take the pressure off of yourself, okay? Take the pressure off yourself and just let this relationship grow and evolve, okay? Even don't follow your feelings. We're going to say skip your feelings. What does your intuition tell you? Okay, because feelings can be deceiving. Feelings are not fact. All right. Boom. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Once you overcome that obstacle of your fear being present, you're going to see your wishes come true. You're going to see that everything that you've been waiting for was not in vain. You're going to come into that happiness, that successfulness, like the manifestation of your dreams and your values, the attainment of it, like that full emotional happiness and that full emotional gratitude. You're going to start to see it. Okay. And you're going to come into that place of like, you know what? I can't leave this alone. I can't go nowhere else with this Two of Wands. Listen, baby, you're going to be cleared that you're not moving and going. Where you going? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. I'm comfortable. I'm confident. You know, like I'm happy. I know where I'm supposed to be, right? Once you start going with the flow, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. I can't go nowhere else. I can't be with nobody else. I'm actually happy here. And that's going to be a change for you. That is going to be a change for you, my dear. Because once you get into that space of allowing and accepting and just going with the flow and just trusting that you are in the right place at the right time, even when it don't look like it, even when it don't feel like it, your steps are still being divinely guided and anointed. You're going to realize that this is what it's supposed to be. Like, I don't know what it is about humans in today's world that we seem to think that love is supposed to be about struggle and difficult and challenges. Yes, those things are, difficulty and challenges are a part of being in a relationship with other people, because you're a human on a human experience. You got your own ideas, thoughts, feelings, and emotions. You got your own lessons and all of that. You're in alignment with somebody else who equally has their own set of things that they got to balance. So difficulty and conflict and challenges will arise. But when you have two people that are willing to overcome those things, that's when you know that that's where you're supposed to be. Because there's a mutual understanding, there's a mutual interest in overcoming these things, right? But when you let go and take the pressure off of needing to control the outcome and needing to control every second of it, and you realize to just go with the flow. If this person ain't it, this person ain't it. But every day I wake up and I choose you. And I choose to do this. That's the beauty of it. And I don't think I ever meant to finish my thought. I think I did not finish my thought earlier when I was talking about what's so beautiful about this. What's so beautiful about this is the choice that is being made. Once you give people space and opportunity to live and to be themselves without judgment, without ridicule, once you give people that space, you realize what they choose to do. Similar to when you crate train a dog. And one day you leave that crate open, the door open, and the dog still chooses to stay in their crate. They can walk out, they can go do whatever they want to do. But they made a choice to be obedient and to stay within their crate. Their boundaries, those confinements, right? That's a choice. That's when you start to appreciate the beauty of what is going on here, right? That's beautiful. I don't have to put a label on you. I don't have to put a ring on you for you to choose me. Every day that I wake up, I choose you. When you woke up, did you choose me today? Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. And even if this person wake up one morning and say, I don't know if I can do this, while that may hurt you in the meantime, just be okay with that. Go with the flow. Okay, cool. Today is a no for us. Right? That's a more healthier type of relationship, which is different than what we're used to being indoctrined with. And we back on the board with the King of Wands. Okay? Which was person A's foundational energy coming into this. Okay? Thinking about the big picture. Overcoming challenges and obstacles. Being focused on what really matters. Okay? And what really matters is the choice and the decision to choose to do this. That's what matters. What is the bigger picture in all of this? I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. Okay? That's what matters. It's not all this other stuff. Because God forbid, not to make this morbid, but God forbid something happened to you. And this was the last moments of your life. I want this to be beautiful for you. When you die, your brain is still active for 7 minutes. And your brain starts to replay all of the beautiful moments of your life that gave you joy. I want to be the type of person that make your heart sing in those last 7 minutes of your life. I don't want to be out of that picture. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. I often wonder when my grandfather passed away, The sun was rising when he passed away, and he was looking out the window, but he had a tear coming out of his eye. And I often wonder what invoked that emotion that he needed to shed a tear. And now that I'm aware that those last 7 minutes of his life, of his brain, not the physical body, but of his brain, replayed all of those minutes of his life for 7 minutes. I wonder, what was he thinking? Was his proudest, most happiest moments was the day that he met my grandmother? The day that she took him in, the day that my mother was born, the day that I was born? Like, what was the happiest moments of his life? Don't you want to be a part of that for somebody? Don't you want to be the joy of somebody's life? The crown of their head? The diamond of their crown? Don't you want to? And it doesn't matter if you're male or female. Don't you want to be in that part of somebody's life? Not the negative energy of, man, I can't stand that. Who want to be there? It's time that we start choosing people who are willing to give us the better sides of them and giving us access to the better sides of them. And stop looking backwards. Stop looking at what didn't work in the past. Stop basing our whole future on who left us and who did what to us. Like, baby, come on now. Come on. Who cares? That person did you dirty, that's their loss. That person that walked out on you, it's their loss. That person that didn't give you the chance, your bad. Life makes us feel bad about ourselves all day long. All day long. Everywhere you go, I don't care where you go, somebody always making you feel completely and utterly like you can't turn on a TV without feeling like. You can't get on Twitter without somebody biting your head off because you have a difference in opinion. You can't even get in your car and go to work in peace without somebody blowing a horn and cutting you off and throwing up the middle finger at you. My point is, all day long, somebody is always trying to rob you of your joy. And what I am telling you is, start intentionally positioning yourself to be around people who are going out of their way to love on you and to remind you of who you are and building you up. You had a bad day. I am so sorry to hear that. But tomorrow is a new day. Go in there, take you a nice little hot bubble bath, turn on some jazz, get you a glass of wine, a bottle of water for those who don't drink, whatever your choice is, and relax. And I'll see you tomorrow. Kiss you on your forehead and tell you it's going to be okay. You feel like you want to break down and cry, male or female. You need to be able to have that level of vulnerability in your relationships to where y'all can sit there and cry together. That is not a sign of weakness. That is maturity. That's what's wrong with men now. I hate to say it. That they feel like they can't be vulnerable because we have indoctrinated them with this inflated sense of toxic masculinity, that they got to shoulder everything, that they have to carry all the burdens. Do you understand how much pressure that is to put a man under? They already got their stuff that they got to carry. Now you coming home and putting your stuff on them too? It's too much. And then you wonder why they start doing crazy stuff. If it's something that you can take on from that person, take some of their burdens and help them with that. If they stressed out about how they going to get their laundry done for the week or take their clothes to the dry cleaners, it is nothing wrong with you taking that man's clothes to the dry cleaners and picking it up for him. It is nothing wrong with that. It is nothing wrong with you saying, you know what? I'm going to the grocery store. Let me get your grocery list and pick up some things for you too, so that could take a thing off your plate. It's a mutual exchange of energy, folks. It's a give and take. But for some reason, we live in this delusional society where the balance is not weighed. The scales and balances are off instead of being equal. And I know that is not what y'all want to hear, but I'm going to tell you it anyway. Stop being so selfish and become a little bit more selfless, and you'll start to see the results in your relationships that you want to see. Okay? And if you are by chance in a relationship with somebody that you don't have that level of vulnerability, you in the wrong relationship. You are in the wrong relationship. All right. Now, angels, what messages do you have for these fire signs that are getting to know each other? Y'all see how I put that out there for you? Y'all getting to know each other. We gonna manifest this good quality relationship coming in because it's time for you to be happy. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you, okay? So I want you to pay attention. This is so weird. Why is this here, Spirit? Why is that sign here? Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Why is that there? Well, okay, so this could be here because we got this someone else here, okay? So if you feel... If you feel like there's something going on with this person when it comes to this third party, i.e. this ex-lover, okay? This ex-lover, definitely say something. Don't be feeling like you can't speak up and you can't say something, okay? Don't feel like you can't address the situation. If you feel disrespected, if you feel violated, or if you feel concerned, you need to be able to say something and speak up about that, okay? All right. You may have a familiarity with this person too. With this past life relationship, you may feel like you've known each other before. Okay. So that's that familiarity. That's that energy exchange that we were talking about. But I don't want you to give up and feel like you can't say something about this other person. Okay. If this other person is making you feel uncomfortable, I definitely want you to speak up and say something about it. Okay. Have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So, yeah. Okay, as I was literally saying, don't feel like you can't speak up and say something. That card came out. All right. So, have those conversations. Pay attention to those red flags. Be comfortable with the familiarity that's here. All right, be comfortable with that. Now, those heart-to-heart conversations ain't gonna always be easy. I'm gonna tell you that now. Spirit, what shadow work should person A be working? Okay. Rejection. Through the sting of being left out, we discover our inner work. So this is about you being in denial, being dismissive, and exclusion. Perhaps you felt the spirit of rejection before. Perhaps that's why you are scared to speak up. Remember I said that in the very beginning of this reading. I know we've been here 2 hours, okay? But remember I did say that. You may feel like, well, because this didn't work out for you in the past with this person, or because of your situation, you felt like you couldn't date anybody else, you couldn't speak up to anybody else. Get over that fear of rejection, okay? Because until you had a conversation with them, you're never gonna know what. Give them the opportunity to reject you. You can't count your eggs before they hatch. You ain't even give this person the opportunity to reject you. All right? Projection. Seeking truth before pointing fingers, blame, deflection, and accusation. So for the other person, they got to get to the point to where they're able to seek the truth before pointing fingers. So I do feel like, going back to here, remember when we talked about it feels like this relationship is not going to be forward movement? That's where a lot of conflict may come. And remember I said, but you're going to realize that this is your happy place. And remember I said you're going to feel like you're not going nowhere. So that's where I'm talking about that specifically when we get to here. With that particular energy may be showing itself up right about here. Okay, right about here. All right. I'm not by any means saying that this is going to be energy coming in where y'all going to be like, ooh, it's going to be easy. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy at all. Because there's going to be a lot of triggering things coming up in here for both of y'all. Because y'all both coming from a place of apprehensiveness and fear. right? And that could be very confusing for you, okay? It could be very scary for you too. But I want you to get rid of that anxious energy and feeling insecure and inadequate, okay? That's what I want you to overcome that. Because you got to be open. Like I said, love is a calculated risk. It's a calculated risk, and you're going to have to be decisive about being intentional about how to move forward, okay? Romeo and Juliet, what words of advice do you have for this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dating another Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? Patience, decent, self-control. It is my will, the which if you respect, show a fair presence and put off these frowns. So this is going to require you to have some patience and self-control, but be decent. Don't be up here. Like, remember when I said it, and I don't know if y'all caught it, but you can go back and watch this reading and listen to the playback. Remember I said in the beginning of this reading, it's going to feel like they don't have time, okay? They don't have time. It's going to feel like, I forgot what I said. You're going to be insecure. Like if they can't be with you every Friday night, it's going to be okay that they can't be with you every Friday night. All right? That ain't what this is about. Okay? So this is going to require you to have a level of patience and self-control and have a little bit of empathy and understanding that this person is going through things just like you're going through things. All right? Listen, I was about to ask, what is the life-changing situation? And I'm still going to ask the question. But when I went to go shuffle the cards, Divinely Guided is here. Trust the wisdom of the universe and remain open to receive guidance on your journey through life's mysteries, okay? What is the life-changing situation here? What is the life-changing situation here? On the mend. Be compassionate and kind to yourself as you heal your heart. So this is going to require you to have to do some work. Okay. This is definitely going to require you to have to do some work, but you're going to have to be compassionate and kind towards yourself. And knowing that you are not an example or reflective of things that have happened to you before in the past. All right, Spirit. I'm just curious. When is this initial conversation going to be had? When is the initial conversation going to be had? When is the initial conversation going to be had? In May. Okay? So listen. It may take a little while for y'all to be able to get to the point to where y'all gonna muster the courage, person A. But I do feel like y'all gonna have a conversation in May. So in the springtime, which is good. And here's why this is good that you got that. Right now, Venus is in retrograde. Okay, it went retrograde March 1st. On top of that, Mercury is going in retrograde March 15th. You don't want those two conflicted energies going on right now. So it is good that in May, y'all gonna have this conversation, like the initial conversations. Hey, how you doing? Start warming it up. But that initial conversation is good for it to happen in May because the planets will be more direct, okay? So you don't want to be trying to start nothing now. Venus in retrograde, it ain't gonna last. It's gonna be over with come mid-April. You don't want to be trying to have a conversation with somebody right now and it's miscommunication and misfire. You don't want to start nothing new. Nothing new right now. Okay, nothing new. All right, now, just because I'm nosy, when can we expect for this relationship to fully evolve and blossom? Next spring just fell out on the floor. Okay, it says patience. It's not time yet. So that makes sense because this next spring fell out on the floor with the number 11. So again, this is going to require you to be very patient. We've talked about this patience. So this is going to require you to have to be very, very resolute, which came up with the determination card. But there is a fresh start that is here, and you're being encouraged today to go with the flow and let things unfold naturally. Okay, let it unfold naturally. Now, one last card for these individuals who are starting a new relationship. All is well in my world. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. So this is your reminder. Okay, this is your reminder. Look, it's written kind of crooked on the back. That's why I was holding it like that. But this is your reminder that all is well in your world. Okay, all is well. It's going to work out for your highest good. Period. And behind that was, I trust my inner wisdom. Okay. As I go about my daily affairs, I listen to my own guidance. My intuition is always on my side. I trust that it will be there at all times. I am safe. So again, you're being encouraged to follow your intuition. Follow your intuition. But you're also being encouraged to be patient and know that it is well. Things are happening even when it don't feel like it's happening. Things are moving even when you feel like it's not moving. Okay? So with that being said, I want to get out of this business, y'all. Let me know down in the comment section below, how does this outcome align with what you are expecting? And let me know, how does this make you feel? Okay, how does this make you feel? I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Pisces Tarot Experience. If you've enjoyed this reading, don't forget to subscribe and to become a part of my growing community. You can find me on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer and keep an eye out for more engaging content that is coming your way. Remember, this reading is here anytime that you need a little bit of guidance, so feel free to save it and replay it at any point in time. I love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment in the section below and let me know what resonated with you. Now, y'all like to email me, text me, do all those things. That's great. But help me help you by circulating the content and making sure that you're leaving comments and liking and sharing and doing all those things, because it does matter. It does matter. Okay. Now, if you would like to do a personal reading with me, I am booking. Spots are limited, so if you find a time, you better take it now. Okay. But I am booking those readings at PiSeasTarot.com. The link is in the bio. I will never reach out to you to solicit a reading. Okay. I want to thank everybody who has taken the time to join us today. I want to thank you for spending your morning, your days with me. All right. Welcome to all of our new subscribers and to all of the people who have just followed to join the community. I do appreciate you. And most importantly, I thank all of my gifters who have sent not only your time, your talent, but your treasure. Remember, y'all, everybody is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So be kind and be patient and gentle with others as much as you are with yourself. Remember, how people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. No matter where you go today, remember to leave just a little bit of love everywhere you go. And I will see you tomorrow. Till next time. Bye-bye.